But first, we talk about go-getters and an innovative new program called Northwestern Student Holdings. It's all about some ambitious Northwestern students who are launching their own companies and learning firsthand how to succeed in the competitive marketplace.
At In Your Tutors, we are constantly trying to improve the efficiency of our operations.
Like businesses everywhere, the companies run by students who belong to Northwestern Student Holdings, or NSH for short, have to sell themselves. First in the boardroom.
Out of a possible 247 applicants, we interviewed 48, and we only took 18.
Then in the marketplace.
We just went to the restaurant and said, please have faith in our business. We're going to get you a lot of business.
Pratik Janardhan, a Northwestern junior, is the president of Wildcat Express Delivery. It's one of 4 companies currently operated by NSH. His company delivers local restaurant food to hungry students.
And so if a student just wants to stay in and study and still be able to eat Chipotle or get some Jamba Juice, they can do that.
Students can order from a variety of Evanston restaurants, paying the regular menu price plus tax and a delivery fee of $3.25.
They pay a flat fee, which is great because they can order as much as they want with as many people, and they still only have to pay that same rate.
Wildcat Express makes its profit by securing a discount on the menu prices. The delivery fee covers the cost of the drivers. The mission of Northwestern Student Holdings is to nurture students' entrepreneurial ideas and give them the guidance and capital to help them succeed.
Yeah, the deans I think is a great idea, but going through the Alumni Association might be an easier pitch.
The newest idea from NSH gives students a taste of home at school. Wildcat Special Delivery launched in January 2010. It caters to the parent market. The company fills orders from family members and friends who want to send flowers and baked goods to Northwestern students.
Order flowers or baked goods with Wildcat Special Delivery.
NSH produced commercials help get the word out to students.
After exams are finally over, AirHop's luxury coach buses are your cheap and convenient transportation to and from the Chicago airport for less than the cost of splitting a taxi.
Of all the student-run businesses owned and operated by NSH, Northwestern Airport Services and its popular AirHop bus may be the most visible and best known.
This is a great service. Everybody here that I've talked to loves it. It's super cheap, it's really convenient, it's right online, and it's, the pickup right here. So it's the direct service of a cab with a super cheap price.
Students pay $10 for the trip from campus to O'Hare and $15 to get to Midway. The service operates at peak travel times like Thanksgiving, winter, and spring breaks.
It's cheaper than splitting a cab for students on campus. It's a great deal, a nice service for them.
This is way easier, but it's still local and convenient and Northwestern based. It's very well advertised, I think.
Northwestern Student Holdings gives students a chance to learn how to become entrepreneurs by starting their own campus-based businesses. Louise Huderstein is the outgoing CEO. The changes she's seen during her tenure have been dramatic, within the organization and within herself. She's interned for large international companies, including Credit Suisse, but she values her NSH experience the most.
But it has been an astounding experience for all of us.
Northwestern Student Holdings has provided me with this huge opportunity for personal development, but also helped me help a lot of other people at Northwestern and provide Northwestern with services that kind of make the Northwestern experience that little bit better. I sort of came to Northwestern not really knowing what I wanted to do, and I could never have imagined that I would have been given an opportunity to not only start my own business, but then eventually run, 4 businesses, and work with some of the most incredible students and professors and professionals that I could have ever been blessed to work with.
When she graduates with a double major in communication studies and international studies, Louise will hand over the NSH reins to incoming CEO Christopher Lawler. He's being promoted from his job of heading Northwestern Airport Services.
We talked about it being a comprehensive solution for any Northwestern student who needs to go anywhere, anytime, and has to get to the airport. This has been an experience that I never thought I would get at college, first of all, and I'm literally running a full-fledged business 24/7, really. I'm always, on call with my web guy or, the rest of my team. We're talking all the time. I think that later on down the line, it'll be these sorts of experiences I'm getting with Northwestern Student Holdings and through running AirHop that will prepare me for whatever career I end up going into.
Student housing services will differentiate in that
It is very comprehensive. We hope to have everything from floor plans and photos to tenant reviews.
Adam Goodman is the director of Northwestern University's undergraduate leadership program and a member of the Northwestern Student Holdings board.
I think what they're learning are the fundamentals and mechanics of how businesses really operate versus what they read about in the textbook. So they're learning in particular how to market, how to sell. And they're learning what works in terms of the human dimension of business. So when they have somebody who's not performing up to their expectations, or when they have somebody who's doing very, very well, how do they recognize both sides of that equation, as opposed to, there's a human dimension to business and you'll see about it when you go out into the real world.
We see our revenue coming in three main sources, first from the students, the landlords, and then other companies.
He's seen the NSH experience pay off for students in expected and unexpected ways.
One of the things that I hear from my students when they go off and interview is that this is something that the employer always asks about. Tell me about this Northwestern Student Holdings. Tell me what your role is. Tell me what you've learned. It takes this idea of the practical real-world experience and makes them much more competitive in the interview process and in the selection process when they go out and look for the summer internship, or when they go out and look for that first job right out of college, because it's beyond textbooks. It's in addition to what they're learning in the classroom, and it just makes a huge difference. They can tell a story.
How do students from wildly different disciplines, ranging from music to literature to science, end up running their own companies? Northwestern Student Holdings offers motivated students the skill set they need to succeed. If an idea survives NSH's rigorous review process, the 9-person board, made up of faculty members and leaders from the business community, provides the financing and the guidance the fledgling businesses need to get started.
What happens is that groups of students come together, and we provide them with advice and counsel as they generate their own ideas for businesses. What we do is we sit down with those groups of students and help them refine their own thinking about what are realistic assumptions in terms of their financial model, their business model. Is the customer going to be there at the end of the day?
They won't just say, yay or nay, you can do this, you can't do this, like a lot of sort of pitch competitions would be. They'll say, why don't you tweak it this way? Why don't you tweak it that way? And then go out and try it. And if it doesn't work, come back, talk to us, and we'll see, what else we can do to make it work.
Because you just had to gut it out time and time again, and you had to believe in the idea and keep finding ways to turn this thing around, and that's exactly what's happened.
It all comes back to learning by doing.
You're making mistakes, but you're making mistakes with almost like the security blanket of knowing that you have this group of people who have been around the block and kind of know what's what, and who will be there for you if you're struggling.
For board member Adam Goodman, it comes down to this.
Are they selling a service that will really be valued, or is it just a good idea?
One of the first good ideas students came up with was NU Tutors. In 2008, they did their research by calling parents and talking with local high school students. The interest was strong, and getting even stronger as the business enters its third year.
50 milliliters of water, you have said correctly, is 50 grams.
NU Tutors offers local high school and middle school students personalized private tutoring for less than half the cost of larger tutoring and test preparation services.
So grams of solute per 100 grams of H2O. So as you go up, does solubility increase or decrease?
The tutors are Northwestern undergraduates who have excelled in standardized tests and academic subjects. Like the drivers who make deliveries for Wildcat Express and Wildcat Special Deliveries, the tutors are paid employees of Northwestern Student Holdings. The student members and officers of NSH are all volunteers.
The amount of hours I've put into NSH, it would be lovely if someone one day was like, here you go, here's a little check for the time you've put in. But it's not about that at all. That's the amazing thing about NSH, is that it's absolutely volunteer.
Northwestern University entrepreneurs, learning on the job and gaining career capital that will pay off for years to come.